there. Good morning. Welcome back. Thanks for checking in. As usual, my name's Adam. This is training with Adam. It's a beautiful Waitangi day here in Parapara Uma, and today we're going to be working on quite an unknown imbalance in the hip and lumbar spine. Like last week, we talked a lot about the hip function. Today, we're going to work through a very regressed hip imbalance that lots of dancers tend to have. Rectus femoris dominating tensor fascia lata, which is on the outside here, which should be a big, powerful hip flexor. So we're here in this lovely backdrop. Kurt Cuthbert's house. He's allowed me to shoot this video here today. So thank you, Kurt. Kiti Ano, don't know where he is. So, firstly, we're going to take a holistic approach to this imbalance and this posture. So you can see I've got a few tools here, and it's a lovely day. So I thought I would start my workout with a beer from Bakia. Sponsors the workout this morning. So here's mate. First of all, apologies to the muscles we're about to release, but if you have a couple of balls, it doesn't have to be spiky, but spiky is a good one to release the fascia. And we're going to release, first and foremost, good muscles. Good muscles, they're good, but today we don't want them to be good and do all the work. So, quadratus lumborum, and quadratus oblique. These two muscles here that stabilize our spine. However, today we want to turn them off, because if we turn them off, then all the other muscles have to work a bit stronger. So we're going to go, as you can see, we're just going to lay on this ball. I'm using the spiky one. You can use a normal round ball if you want. You may, if the ball's a bit smaller like this one, you may have to do this, but basically get that in the side of your back there, and we're going to rely on it. So if you just follow me, we're going to stay on all these holds for a good 30 to 60 seconds. What a day. Yeah. So just allow that ball to really work in. You really want it to hurt like fuck. Once it hurts like fuck, then you just wait. And when it doesn't hurt like fuck, then you make it more hurt like fuck by doing this. That's the one. Ow. So that's real good. That's real hurt like fuck now. Breathing, that's important apparently, I don't know. Well, I do know, it is important, but maybe for now it is or isn't. Just do whatever makes you feel good, outside of hurting like fuck. Okay. Once that eases off, this is QL, quadratus lumborum. We're going to go right onto our side and keep that ball. A bigger ball is generally a bit more preferable here, of some note, like the spiky one. Right onto our side, and we can keep those knees tucked in, or drag this knee back, which is going to make it way more hurt like fuck. So, this is quadratus oblique, again, a massive stabilizer of our lower back. But the reason we're doing this is to turn it off so that our deep core starts working a bit better and our hip flexors have to start doing the job, hopefully. Just a shout out to S. Bausch Performer. This is a particular issue that she has. She needs to work on. She's been writing into me quite a lot and asking me a lot of questions about her hip issues. So I hope she's checking in today. So yes, S. Bausch Performer, and my girlfriend Ruby. She's another girl that should be doing this. Once it really starts to soften, then it might get worse momentarily. Stay with me. I'm going to swap sides. Yeah, like I said, QL, ball into the side. Same as the other side. Again, the bigger spiky balls are going to hurt a bit more, but you know, as long as it hurts like fuck, then you're doing it right. Oh, I changed my mind. Yeah, no, breathing is good. Yeah, when you breathe, things relax better. So yeah, do that one. And maybe exaggerate the breathing. Like, you know, do more of it. I don't know. It's pretty good. Okay, that's softened. Again, fully on your side. So QL released. You can do more if you need more. Pause the video and just do a little bit more on those muscles just to let them soften. Now I'm completely on my side. Quadratus oblique. Another, that deep stabilizer on the right. And as long as I don't knock over my beer, we're going to drop that back leg underneath, and you should be able to see that ball is basically right in my side, the soft tissue in the side, below your ribs, above your hip. So again, these muscles are good, but for the workout we're about to do, or the rehab we're about to do, it's better for these muscles to go to sleep so that our other ones do their job. Some little shits are wrecking my video. You can probably hear that. Fucking children. Okay. Now, the other little release we're going to do. I'm going to use one of these. Isn't this fun? Roller. Now this is just to, again, lengthen some of the nerves that attach to our lumbar spine. It's just a deep hamstring adductor magnus release. So we're going to sit on the roller essentially. If I was just going to sit on the roller, we're going to be releasing the left leg. We're going to do this and then just open that hip up and sit just on the upper hamstring. So you're going to roll your bum just back off the roller. So you kind of have to hover there a little bit, but you should get the sensation down the back of your leg. Yeah, it's not bad. It's good actually, it's good. Once you're comfortable, sit up a bit taller, open this other leg up, but allow this leg to soften as much as you can. Always drink for my workouts, because you've got to stay hydrated and relaxed. And alcohol has water and relaxation vitamins. Okay. Once that softens, then we can also go into this hurdler position where this leg drops down. We might do the other side first, but that's an advancement of what they call a progression in the industry. So, once again, sit on the roller, roll back until your bum bone is just hanging off there. Ischial tuberosity, that bone, that's just back off the roller, and then open yourself up. Again, hover, lean into it, wherever you've got to be, just soften this front leg. Now we've done, after this, we've kind of released that lower back and our pelvis as far as the tilt goes. By releasing our hamstrings, adductor magnus in our lower back, we can allow the pelvis to roll into something that's been given a bad rap as anterior tilt. But that's why we're training. Today, it's like the problem is that people have a flat lumbar spine because they've been told to tuck in constantly in the gym, tuck under, push you back into the floor, get your lower abs working. But it's inefficient and it's dysfunctional, and that's again why we're here, to fix that dysfunction between the hips and the lumbar spine. Lumbo-pelvic rhythm, or lumbo-pelvic stability rather, because we're not moving today, we're just going to hold position, so it's lumbo-pelvic stability and coordination. Rhythm will come next week. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So now that's softened, again we can go into that hurdler position and just advance it a little bit if you need to. But I'm not going to do that today. So first up, you can either wrap, I've got a loop here, I'm going to put this loop around my feet. Now it's broken, so I'm going to use a different one. I'm going to use this one. This one's going to go around my feet. And it's just a band, just enough, just nothing, it's not hard at all, it's quite a light gauge. But we're just going to put that around my feet. Because TFL, which we're trying to attack, trying to get working, is a hip flexor and an internal rotator, which means it should be lifting our leg and should be turning our leg inwards. So, put that around our feet, and then we're going to lie back down. So, essentially, those feet want to be turned, the band's going to turn them inwards. We're going to take them, we're going to keep them slightly turned inwards, but pull them apart. And very quickly, even though our feet are on the ground, it's on our forefoot, and our feet are pigeon-toed, it's going to ask our hip flexors to start turning inwards. So breathing. Right now, I don't have anything under my back. I have this, which I'm going to put under there, like a cushion. And cerebellum. This is something that we're going to work on with you. And yeah, we're going to put that under my back while we do this breathing technique. But basically just put a towel under your back. So you've got a nice neutral lumbar spine. So again, I'm actively in this position, even though I'm resting on the ground, because I've got this band around my feet. And once I have a nice neutral cushion under my lumbar spine, I'm going to continue to breathe, continue to relax my abs, but we're going to pull this leg up. And again, the band on the foot, the angle that that's pulling on, it's going to ask our TFL to start working. So we're just holding that position, breathing, trying to soften our core, pelvic floor on as we breathe out, but only 30 seconds. And if it starts to really kind of aggravate your quad, just allow that foot to soften. We don't have to pull on it, just leave it. If you let that foot hang, it's still going to be working that TFL muscle. In fact, probably better to not use that foot if you're having aggravation of your upper rectus tendon, like some people do. Okay, put that foot down, make sure it's square with your body, lift the other one up, and again, just allow that foot to relax. The band should do all the work for you. Well, the band should force you to do the work, but you don't have to actively think about anything. Just lift the knee up, keep that breathing. This little device is quite useful because it lets me know when my back isn't in the right position. The towel is enough. So, as long as you've got your pelvic floor on and your breath out, and your stomach is maintaining soft concaveness with a neutral spine, we know that something deep in our core is working. The deep muscles of our spine, the deep muscles of our hip flexors, not the out muscles, the outer unit, the transfemoral unit. Now, next level of this, we're going to bring both our legs up. And again, you don't actually have to work against this band at all, but if you lift up and you're feeling your quads working, maybe push your feet out against the band slightly, allow the toes to dangle, and all of a sudden you should feel your TFL working with your deep core. So these two muscles, the deep inner unit that we can't see, your TBA, your multifidus, things that control your spine and you control your intra-abdominal pressure, coordinate with TFL and glute med and VMO to stabilize your pelvis. Again, movement tends to confuse this, so allow your feet to relax. If it's really hurting your thighs, then just put your feet back down. Now, next level of this, hopefully we've wound up the TFL muscle. We're going to lose the band and we're going to maintain this neutral posture, but we're going to breathe out, slide that leg out along the ground, breathing out, breathe out, breathe out, breathe out, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, back to this position. This is the only movement we're going to do today. So again, if you're feeling this is more like in your groin, it'll feel like groin, but it's your hip flexor of your rectus and your quad. If it feels like that, don't do it, okay? But otherwise, if you can keep that tension on the outside of your hip when you're pulling this leg in, breathe out. And again, still trying to maintain soft abdomen, or at least narrow abdomen with this cushion. I'm just going to do one more on that side and then swap it over. The band will be coming back. I'm just going to do the other side. So, leg comes up. Keep the tension on the outside, the TFL. Slide it along the floor as we breathe out, as we concave. Pelvic floor turns on. We clench our butt muscles, anus muscles. Breathe in. Bring the knee up. Breathe out. And again, I would stay on this longer just to get it right, because as low level as it is, this is really, really important stuff for that lumbo-pelvic stability. Like I said, not movement, not rhythm. We're not moving anywhere. My lumbar spine is on this cushion, my hips are staying in a position, and I'm trying to move my legs in a very low level manner. And that is the conversation that my brain is having with my spine. Now, to real stuff. Choke, or TheraBand, but I'm going to use a choke. I'm going to attach it to this pretty tree. Is it a tree? The trees come in pots. Regardless, I'm going to attach it to this bit of fauna. And then I'm going to attach it to my leg, which I will also do. And this, we want the band pulling us the other way. So I'm going to do my right leg so we can see me. So I want you pulling your foot towards your midline. If your legs are on either side of your spine, your midline, then you're going to attach it to pull you towards the midline. Now, all we're doing is hip flexion, TFL hold. So I always want that band pulling you this way. If your right leg's pulling it to the left, we're going to lift up as high as we can basically get this hip, as this knee, and then push that foot gently against the band or away from the resistance, increasing resistance. Things you want to be aware of: anterior tilt, make sure your bum, booty pop out. Ruby knows what I'm talking about. Bum out. Narrow this angle in your hip. Cramping up on the outside of your hip is good for this situation. If you start feeling your quad more, just pull your heel back. It's going to take that load off. It's going to neurally wind up your hip flexors, hamstrings and shins. Holding, just like I am. It's about 30 seconds now. We're going to do a minute. I'm going to have to turn my back to you after this to do my other side, but that's all we are doing. You should get, like me now, my standing leg, my glute med is working quite heavily. Make sure that standing leg is locked out, okay? So that's cooking, TFL, and my standing leg. Good, mate. I'm going to turn my back to you and do the same. So you can see, lifting as high as possible. And then, I can actually balance, that's all. And that there's kicking in. Pull that foot out against the resistance. Now we don't actually even need to internally rotate, we're just going to bring it back to neutral or vertical. And hold. Anteriorly tilt, make sure that lower back hasn't flattened out. Thumb out, knee up. Standing leg, glute med stability is not the best on my right. So this is a combination. CFL, glute med. CFL, glute med. The only way you get your bum working better is by lifting the other leg. So that was a minute on each. I would recommend pausing now and doing about 3 reps of each of those. And that is lumbo-pelvic coordination and stability. Thanks for watching, guys. Happy Waitangi Day. I'm in Paraparaumu. My name's Adam, and I'll see you next week for lumbo-pelvic rhythm.